brought to you by Pie.
Oh, what do you got in here?
Hello.
Hope everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving, their Turkey Day.
Except we didn't have turkey.
What, week 12, right? 12?
Yeah, week 12. Wow.
And it was an onslaught of games.
Yeah.
And it still didn't seem like it fulfilled the whole that you thought you needed. Like, I don't know. That second game was just so terrible that it seemed like it didn't even exist. So,
yeah, that's why we ended up playing cards during it. I'm like, well, this is a good piss break. Let's go do this. And
yeah, I mean the Detroit and the Green Bay game delivered, just like we said on here. Yeah, on paper, Detroit's supposed to destroy them, but you see what happened. I mean, that's the difference between NFL and college.
I feel like holiday games are their own separate monster. Like they have their own separate kind of
aura to them.
You just don't know because like you're just kind of like as a player, it's kind of like working on a holiday. You're like, fuck off. I'm not.
I've definitely done that. At their job, I've definitely worked a couple Christmases and Thanksgivings where you go in with the mindset nobody's going to call. No, I mean, some of those days were busier than the average day. I'm like, are you really calling on Christmas to MF me? Like, seriously? People do it. People do it. So yeah, if I was one of those teams that day, I got blew out, and I thought my odds of winning was fine, but nope, it was totally different.
Yeah. So from a fantasy perspective, Jordan Love had a game.
Great game. Best game
for him.
Can't believe it.
Goff still showed up. I mean, garbage time kind of happened.
But fantasy garbage time means nothing.
Yeah.
Anytime is good.
Like you want to be blown out a little bit if you got that quarterback. You're like, oh, that means you're just gonna throw? Yep. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Monty did his thing.
Yeah.
I don't think Gibbs did a ton actually.
He was serviceable, but he didn't do a lot. Gibbs didn't do a lot. St. Brown was St. Brown. He showed up.
Yeah.
Deep leagues, Josh Reynolds, he got a tut, and that was about it. He didn't really get too much besides that.
Yeah, but I mean, really, what was his projected point total? So it's kind of like, cool.
Well, he hit his number. Yeah. Did Laporte
Jameson? Yeah, actually, no. I think he got a tutty.
Laporta? Yeah.
No. Did he? Let me see. Hold on.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I think he had a decent game at least. I know the kid was playing him.
No, I thought Bob had Laporta.
No. Yeah, no, he got a tutty. Yeah, 5 for 47, tutty, 2 point. Yeah. So yeah, he had a decent game.
Okay. You said Jameson Williams got a long touchdown, like a Hail Mary type of touchdown.
Yeah, he's starting to become a thing. Which we kind of talked about a few weeks ago, where Campbell was like, "Hey, you block, you get the rock." So hey, it was one of those. You sat on him for long enough. Now he's finally going to pay you dividends, and it might be kind of in that situation where pulls he could maybe win you a week in the playoffs. Who knows? So
see, my dumbass has been that dude that can't wait long enough and drop them when they're unproductive, and then somebody else sit them, and then they wait, and then they reap the benefits. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's 10 weeks of sitting on him, though. Like that's.
See, I don't got that much time to wait for somebody to peak. That's just too long. Like, I could wait maybe 3 or 4 weeks for you to peak, and if you ain't showing no signs of life, unless you're a handcuff.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not employing you.
Or you just have that empty spot that's like, well, I don't really have
Like
to
you
worry
don't really
about it.
need nobody to fill it. Yeah. So I mean, like,
But then you're also like, you get that waiver wire thing. You're like, dude, I'm not even playing this guy. Like, I'm here off the squad. So,
yeah.
because
I mean, unless you got that
Bob
spot for
drafted
wait
him and
and
had
see
him.
fillers, I mean, like you got room on your bench for a lot of wait and see fillers. Like I seen you picked up the New Orleans guy that all of a sudden just popped up on the board and he's projected at certain points, and I'm like, who is this dude?
Yeah, well, he's Michael Thomas's filler, and we'll just kind of see if he is something. And I will not play him yet.
Yeah, you got
Yes.
those wait and see spots on your bench where it's just like, we'll see,
Yeah.
see what happens. Because you got primarily you got your main spots filled, so you good.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm doing anything I can do to shop Gabe Davis to put him on the bench. Really,
Is the trade deadline over or still on?
Yeah, no, no, it's over. I mean, like shop him to like just permanently put him on my bench.
Oh, okay.
But so game 2. I thought Sam Howell was supposed to be okay.
I don't understand it. It's like when you hear the commentators announce what he's doing, they like over anoint him as if he's just doing this masterful job, and then you're like, where is all of this that y'all talk? I really like this kid. He shows the moxie, and I'm like, where is it at? Like, what is he doing? I mean, he's just a big blockhead that take a lot of hits, and I mean, he's a tough son of a bitch. I tell you that. But
yeah,
I don't really see him doing anything spectacular. Like, basically, the hype that they give him, his play doesn't live up to the hype they give him. I'm not seeing it. I am not seeing it.
I think they're just so desperate to have a quarterback in Washington. They're just like, yeah, you're really good. Do a thing.
Yeah.
But I can't do a thing. Fucking try anyway. Oh, all right.
Like, what did Scary Terry do in that game? Remember I told you that's just one of those players I just cannot get on board with.
Yeah. I mean, they were, and it was such an ugly, boring game. It was like 2010 for like 45 minutes of the fucking game. So it was like,
true.
I mean, and really at that point,
and then,
like how
Dallas's offense didn't really do too much. I mean, they got special teams and interceptions, and it looks like Dallas went crazy, but they didn't do too much all like that either. So,
yeah, like they for Philly and Dallas, like that division is just such a cakewalk. It's like, okay, I mean, we get 4 games each against these losers, so
we got 4 games we should not lose, and that's automatically a 4-0. In our division. I mean, we got experience with it because we used to have a division like that where it was Steelers in Baltimore, and we could beat up on Cincinnati and Cleveland, and it was like, oh, those are 4 wins, and we'll see if we can split one Baltimore. That was the goal of the Steelers and the Ravens every year was beat the other 2,
go 5-1 in your division,
and split one with the Steelers, and that was it. That was it. Now it's like the whole division is stepped up to the plate. Like, damn, okay, nobody's a walk. But I think the Dolphins and the Cowboys play each other because they are the king of the teams that beat up on lesser teams. But when they go up against a team that has a little fucking dog in them, they get blown out. I want to see who's the best of the 2 fake teams. Them 2. I mean, they like bullies of Like, remember we talked about like beating up on a woman, like they beat up on women, but when there's a dude around, they ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah.
They like the abusive type of fucking team. So I don't know. That would be interesting to see who can come out of them 2.
They don't play this year though, right? They don't match
I
it
don't
up.
know.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, then we had what? San Fran and Seattle.
Yeah.
So
I thought
I'm gonna
Seattle would bring a little bit more to the table. They just didn't.
I don't think Gino should have played. I think he was too hurt to really be out there. But
Who would you rather see, Geno hurt or Locke healthy?
no comment.
I'd rather take a chance with Geno hurt, man, because Locke healthy, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
and well, I
from a
mean,
Metcalf standpoint, maybe I would have wanted to see Locke because at least he had to forced it to him no matter what.
yeah, I mean it. I mean, we saw what a hurt Gino looked like, and it wasn't great. So I can't imagine Locke would have been that much worse.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Gino, we sat there and watched, and I just got mad because Gino just wasn't throwing it. I'm like, stop taking that
yeah,
sack. Just throw it, even if it's the wrong play. Throw it. Stop taking that fucking 8-yard sack. Like, and
yeah,
then the announcers, this place is on fire, and they're getting so excited, and the 12 man is erupting, and I'm like, it's gonna end in a field goal or Gino getting sacked. And what happened? It ended in a field goal or Gino getting sacked. They didn't even score an
yeah.
offensive touchdown. Sad.
It almost feels like feels like that year last year was just like an anomaly, and now he's back to being Geno
And so
Smith.
the regular, yep. And he got the bag too.
Yeah, and that's the dumbest thing about these teams. They're like, oh, he played great this year. Let's go give him $70 million. It's like, what? Like, that's all you got to do is.
I think the two stupidest teams for giving out the bag recently is Cleveland
Yeah.
and Denver. Like, you gave Russell Wilson all that money for a fucking backup performance. Like, I don't. Wow.
Yeah, and you can't even say it was like, oh, well, it was his first year in the offense. He was getting used to it because he's just as shitty this year. Like,
And Deshaun Watson, it's like he's shitty when he's healthy, and now he got a fucking health problem where he can't even stay on the field. Damn.
I love it so much, though. It's like it is the most Cleveland signing possible, and it is just hilarious. Like, you can't win for losing out there, and I love it so much. It's delicious. It's delicious. It's fucking delicious because it's just like you give this guy that hasn't snapped a football in like 2 years, and you're like, here's I don't even know how much money he got, and
something like a $232 million contract for so many years.
Stupid, and it's like I don't. It would be like giving that money to Kaepernick. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you wait and see how he play before that. I mean, like
Houston give him the 1-year deal.
Houston played it real calm and cool. Usually Houston makes a fuck up in that area because Houston's a fuck up city. But they won that trade like hell, and now they got their quarterback of the future, so they feeling real good about it. They dumped a bunch of trash. A motherfucking thumb oven loving motherfucker. They dumped all his publicity, negative publicity as well, and now they got a fucking stud at quarterback so far this year.
Yeah, and now Cleveland has a very Cleveland person on their team.
A third string, a motherfucker with initials. Another DTR, PPG, PB, and PB and J, motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
What the hell?
Well, let's get into these games here that have not been played.
Friday game. The stupid Jets in the Miami game. Terrible. Knew it was terrible.
I didn't watch it. I was working, and I just was like, I don't have to watch the Jets. Cool. I'm not gonna.
I don't know. For some reason, I kept thinking when Mostert was ripping it up, I was like, I swore you still had him for some reason. I thought you was lighting up the damn scoreboard, and I was just like, oh, you don't got Mostert no more.
Nope.
I didn't know you didn't have him.
Yeah, he was my Monty. He was my Monty trade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
So
yeah, I saw you had a good game, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, the A chain thing is kind of kicking me in the soul a little bit because I'm like, well, I moved him because A chain was coming back, and I was like, I don't want to get, but
Wilson doing
whatever.
matters. I mean, he looked like he's going to be a significant contributor going forward. So,
Well,
Bob,
then
whoever got him, yeah, he looked
no,
decent.
the boy got
Oh yeah,
Wilson.
Jeff got him. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, Will got him. Yeah, he
yeah.
got a player. He better start starting him. I mean, even just, I mean, he get a lot
Oh,
of
I told him to.
passes. Yeah, he was getting a lot of receptions out of the backfield, and whether those receptions go for negative yards, you still get a point. So
Yep.
take that shit. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, by him
I'll still
holding,
come out on the good side of that trade. We'll see. But
yeah.
All right.
Tua played terribly. I mean, the dude had like 20 points for a quarterback in our league. It's ridiculous. But
Yeah.
he had a pick six, and that took 6 points away from whatever he did, right? Is it 6 points?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick
Well,
six.
I said like I do not see him doing a ton against this defense.
I thought
He's
more than
not.
20 points. I mean, Kenny Pickett can get more than 20 points. Damn.
No, he can't. Stop playing.
Your scoring system quarterback can get 20 points. That was terrible.
Well, so it was a mixture of him having to play, pretty stout defense, but also not having to do a ton as well.
Yeah,
So
they got some type of I've never seen this in my life. They got a Hail Mary that interception that went back 99 yards. Like, what? Shouldn't a Hail Mary either be a touchdown or a bat down? No, this dude picked it off at like the one and ran it all the way back. Like, I ain't never heard that shit ever happen.
yeah, the Jets may be cursed.
I mean,
but yeah,
they might be.
I was pretty happy I had to work because I was like I really don't want to watch this
I was
game.
at work too. Yeah, I was at work too. Like I told you, I'll be working and watching that. I just had my phone up on the side of my desk. No sound. It's like because it was on Prime and you could pull it up right there on. And I was just glancing at and watching the plays and didn't
was
really
it remotely even entertaining, or was it like? Was it
what I wasn't interested in the Jets at all. So it was like one of those things where when I seen the Jets had the ball, I was in my computer. And then when I seen Miami get the ball because I got skin in that, I was just like, oh, okay. So I was paying attention to what Miami was doing. Tyreek Hill was doing Tyreek Hill things. Waddle showed up. Like I said, Mostert showed up.
Did he actually make it through the game without getting hurt?
Yeah. Waddle, yeah.
Wow.
Tyreek actually got hurt. Yeah, Tyreek got hurt a couple times, but he kept coming back in. I mean, he's a little tough son of a bitch. I mean, not only is he good as hell, he's tough too.
He keeps getting nicked up a little bit. Like,
but he keeps
Miami.
out
I'm
there.
a little
like
worried, man.
He ain't one of those like I don't know. I ain't got nothing against Justin Jefferson, but have you heard his comments lately of why he ain't been out there these past couple weeks? I can play, but I want to make sure I feel 100%. Like that's kind of selfish to me a little bit. Like I understand that you want to feel like you was at the beginning of the season, but who's feeling like they felt at the beginning of the season? Nobody at this point.
I would say if the Vikings were losing games, I'd be more like, yeah, okay. But your team's kind of in it, like.
And he's kind of being selfish about it. I mean, like, that's what I said. Tyreek Hill ain't that dude. It seems like Tyreek Hill is like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'll hop out there and try to catch something, hobble leg. I got more respect for that. I just do.
Well, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to not say Jefferson's a diva. Like, he's AB 2.0 a little bit. But when you're that talented, I guess you kind of can get away with it to a
Because I
degree.
guess you earned it. I mean, you know how like in basketball they used to be like, oh, Jordan gets all the foul. Jordan earned the Jordan fouls. It's like
Right.
that's a foul that never gets called on nobody, but it gets called because Jordan. But he did earn that respect.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'm just kind of a little like he hasn't been in the league like that long to kind of garner that kind of clout, but
Man, we
I,
discussed on here when he was playing. Like he's one of those players. Like I couldn't even recall the last time he had under 100 yards receiving in any
yeah,
game against
yeah,
any defense with any quarterback. So it's like, okay, I guess this dude is that good.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird kind of back and forth feeling. It's like, don't be a prick, but it's also like, I do get it, man. Like,
Yeah.
so it,
So yeah, Tyreek was doing Tyreek things, and like I said, Wilson and Mostert they split. Jets didn't. I'm just glad I don't got no fantasy investment in any of that.
yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
mean, like if you had Brees Hall or you got Wilson, you can't get rid of him. You can't get away from him. You are forced to live that nightmare week in and week out. It's like, damn.
yeah.
So glad I don't have no
I
skin in
mean,
that game.
me personally, I would have absolutely, if I had Garrett Wilson, 1,000,000,000% would have dished him early.
Traded him like hell.
Yeah, would have cashed in on the name, and like, yeah, here you go. I'll take a mildly lesser tiered player if need be, but a lesser tiered, more productive player.
Or on the more productive offense, yeah. I mean, like once
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers went down, yeah, I would have been shopping him after week one. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, true.
All right. Okay, I mean, especially because you know who is gonna be playing. It's Zach Wilson. So if it was like, if it was actually a regular backup, I would probably feel better about Garrett Wilson. But Zach Wilson is so fucking bad all the time. All right. Anyway, let's get into the games here. We got a decent sized slate, and we'll do this and get the hell out of here. So
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay at Indy. So Tampa Bay, not Rondell. What the hell's his name?
Sorry. What?
Yeah, Rondell White was a baseball player. God damn it.
Didn't
Yeah.
he say something like he's hurt or something or
Yeah,
questionable?
his knee. His knee. So he's questionable. I don't know if he's gonna go or not. It's kind of one of those things where it kind of cropped up yesterday, it seems. So late week
Is
injury.
somebody in our league scramble to get what's his name? Goddamn Chase Edmonds?
Yeah, someone grabbed him. Yeah, it was Taylor. Yeah, I'm like,
You could have all
I,
that.
yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's like, I'm all set.
I mean, as
Um,
desperate as I am for points, it's just certain. It's like a fucking amusement park ride where I look at it and look the ride go around, and I'm like, I'll pass.
yeah,
Like I don't feel like getting on that ride and experiencing whatever is going to happen. So I just,
and we made those mistakes. I mean,
yeah,
early in our
I made that
fantasy
mistake.
years.
We did it with Puka, and
Mm-hmm.
who else did we was like, they ain't gonna do shit, and they end up being a thing.
Fucking Swift. Shit.
Well, I wasn't. I told
Yeah.
you, motherfucker, if you don't pick up Swift, I was grabbing him. I
Well,
already
I'm
knew.
saying,
I don't know what you didn't see in Swift.
I guess I was just really kind of scared off thinking of what Billy's carousel used to be. I didn't know he was going to get in there and just take the reins and just destroy everybody. Because I don't think anybody really saw that either. It's kind of like, well, he got ran out of Detroit. We'll kind of see. But I'm talking about early in our fantasy careers where you see a starting running back and you immediately run and get his backup, no matter who it is. It's like, hold on, pump your brakes. Just because it's a backup and he's going to be the starter does not mean he's going to be better than somebody else that you can grab. So
Mm-hmm.
I think grabbing Chase Edmonds and doing that is a little short sighted unless you're in a pinch and you need an immediate start. I don't think the guy that picked him up needed that. So
Yeah,
you're
his
going
team
to
is pretty solid. Yeah, he's at the top of the standings. Like, is he starting them? I mean, like, I don't
well, let's see.
know.
Let's see, because I am curious because if you're not, it's not like dude tore his ACL. He'll be back next week. So it's kind of like, what are you doing? And he is not starting him. And it's like I don't know. I mean, whatever, that's fine, but I don't think
He's on
anyone
a wait and see approach for somebody that probably only got a 1 week window.
pretty much, yeah. And it's
Like
like,
if you gonna play him, this is the only week you can play him.
yeah, that's where I'm at with it. It's like, okay, I mean, maybe you're seeing something we're not, but I don't know.
All right, go ahead. Finish the Tampa eligibles.
I mean, just the normal. I mean, Baker in a pinch if you want. I'm starting Kate Otten because he keeps getting targets.
He keeps being productive. It's like as soon as you like, but when you put your faith in him, he gives you a dud, and then when you ignore him, he shows up, and it's like I don't know.
I
He's
don't
been
think
kind of
he's
consistent.
I don't think he's really done a dud this year. Let me look at his game thing here, just out of
You
curiosity.
dropped him once, then you drop him, then pick him back up, and then drop him, then pick him back up. Like, he had to drop duds for you.
No, I mean, throughout the whole year, he's had 4.5, 10.6, 3, 10.8, 3,
That's what
10.8.
I'm talking
That's
about. Back and forth, back and forth. 10,
9,
3, 10, 3.
9.2, 25. Then that's actually I dropped him after he got to 25. Then he had a 3.5 and then a 9.4. So
That's what I'm saying. It's like he's a
yeah,
roller coaster player.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's called a tight end, so that's not even surprising. But it's one of those deals where he had an up-ish game last week, so he's probably going to get 3 points this
He's
week.
gonna get
So
3 points this week. Yeah.
yeah, that's kind
You
of
might
his
want
mo.
to revisit.
But
But you playing against this clown, so you good.
yeah, I mean, well, no, since I'm playing against you, he'll put up a 30.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
he'll
that's what I'm
he'll
saying.
he'll
You
even
should be
throw a
good.
touchdown just for poops and giggles.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
He'll take a reverse around, ending the round, rush one in, he'll throw one in and catch one. Yeah.
yeah,
Start it.
he'll even kick a field goal like that one Ooga Dooba 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 he
Yeah,
threw a
that
couple times.
Dura Baguale or some shit. Yeah.
Oomba go all ball way, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah.
He's gonna have a
Um,
monster game tomorrow. Go ahead.
you think? Yeah.
Mhm.
So Evans, obviously, you'll get about 3 quarters out of him before he hurts his hamstring again. I'd sit Godwin. I would just be done with Godwin. I think at this point,
You do not like him. I mean, he'll even go after the Trey Turners and the Kimbrell Tompkins. He'll throw it to anybody but Godwin. It's like, damn. It's like
yeah,
Godwin. He must have caught Baker. Must have caught Godwin banging his ex or some
right.
shit or something. Like,
It's
damn.
weird. It really is weird because I don't know if he's just not up to speed after his ACL or
It's
what,
too
but
late to be claiming ACL at this point. It's
uh, right. Like I'm just trying to figure out why because it's not like you're bad at football. Like you're very good. So, but I think until he starts being productive, and I know it's super late in the year, but I'm not saying release him, but he may have to kind of live on your bench. And
as far as I can recall, because I got him in another league, and of course I sat him down the week he blew up. But he only had one good week the
yeah,
entire year so far. So
yeah, and
one
you
out of
can't.
11, that's not looking too hot.
And people's draft capital was high on that. It wasn't like he's not
Oh
like
yeah, I
going in the
drafted him
first.
real high. It was like
Yeah.
in that league, my first receiver was Ayuk, and then my second was Godwin. Yeah,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah,
Jeez. Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, that's about it there. So go ahead and talk about indies.
Seems like Indy ain't played in 2 years, but it's only been
Nice.
one week. Minshew. it seemed like his dementia mania calmed down. It's like they told him to stop throwing so much, and like they took the gunslinger out of him. Like they made him hand off more, and they made him more conservative. So I don't really like the conservative Minshew, but he's still there. Like the Downs kid, Josh Downs.
That's probably one of my bigger like fuck. Why'd I drop him?
Yeah, Josh Downs is wildly productive. Got him in my other league. Just deciding whether I should start him or the Riche Rice from Kansas City. Which one would you?
Oh boy, is Downs finally healthy?
He's been to practice. I think he's had him capped, but he's not. I mean, they're coming off a bye, and he was having a problem with his knee, but they didn't say anything or give any indications like he ain't gonna suit up.
And it's in
Indy.
I feel like Downs has so much more upside. I 2 out of 3 times I'm picking Downs. Rice, there's no one in KC that I feel comfortable starting from a receiving standpoint other than Kelsey. It is literally like
saying that Rice was emerging as that dude, but he took a step back in his last couple games. He hasn't really showed up. He was like on a trajectory upward, and then he kind of digressed backwards. And it's like, what?
You know what the wide receiver room is like? It's like Baltimore's running back room. That's what it is. You have no idea. And I don't want to play that game. So by default, I'd go with Downs, but just from a talent standpoint, yeah, Downs all day.
Okay. So yeah, Downs. Of course, Pittman is a start every week. Must start.
Yep.
No tight ends out there.
Nope.
Taylor. I don't know if you're handcuffing with Moss. You're waiting on Taylor to get hurt. But Moss, you can't really play them two together anymore. Before, there was a hybrid period where you can play them both. That period has passed.
Yep. This is strictly, he is on my bench strictly for injury.
Yeah. That period, that hybrid period has passed. It's all Jonathan Taylor. So that's about it.
Yeah.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, oh, God. So I saw what this next game was called, and I got a chuckle out of it. So the next game is New England against the Giants, and somebody called it the Nowhere Bowl. I'm like, fucking A, yeah. Yeah.
The Nowhere Bowl.
It's the Nowhere Bowl. I don't start anybody at all. Seriously, don't touch any. Don't. You can do Ramondre. That's it. There's literally nothing else to start. Go ahead, talk about the Giants. And like I know, like sometimes I joke and I'm silly, but there's
in our league, the desperate leagues. If I had them, I would start that Demario Douglas dude just from volume standpoint. But that's about it from New England. Demario Douglas,
good fucking luck.
Giants, Saquon.
Like we don't even know who the quarterback's gonna be.
It's Danny DeVito's son again.
No, I'm talking about in New England.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like, how can you start anyone when you don't even know who's chucking the rock? Like, fucking Danny DeVito's son, you idiot. Go ahead.
For real. He from Jersey and every Jersey Mike's, motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's doing those Jersey Mike commercials. That's Danny DeVito's son. I used to have faith in that Wan'Dale Robinson. I got rid of him. That's like another Baltimore running back room type. Their receivers, try to find which one is going to catch the passes. So
yeah,
all 4 of them. Everybody but Saquon, who scored like 9 touchdowns on me last week and probably won't score again this year. But
pretty much.
Yep. So
like, straight Nowhere Bowl. Gross. All right, now our favorite. Fuck. God, seriously, I gotta do it. Son of a bitch. All right, Steelers at Cincy. Fuck. All right. So we have a new offensive coordinator. I don't know his name. I don't care.
It's like a two-man thing. It's like some dude named Mike Sullivan and some dude named Eddie Faulkner. So I don't know which one is who or what.
Mike Sullivan is the Penguins head coach.
No, there's some other Sullivan that's for the Steelers. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I would say this from a fantasy standpoint and a general football standpoint. Start Jaylen Warren. Stop doing the bullshit. It doesn't make sense. It's stupid. I think at this point, I'm not starting any wide receiver that the Steelers have until I see how this game plan works, how it looks. Because, yeah, you could very well lose with Deontay or George on your bench, whatever. But chances are they don't even know what they're looking at from an offensive scheme. They are surely not going to let Kenny try to throw
confidence to trot out Deontay. Pickens, no, not right now. Mm-mm.
I just don't know what we're going to be looking at and how that's all going to shake out. So it's kind of one of these things where if you were dumb enough to draft any Steelers, then you're kind of dealing with your own, that's your fault. So you probably can't really be told anything anyway about that whole idea.
If you drafted more than one, Kemp, you're so narrow-minded and pig-headed, like you can't be talked out of it anyway. You're such a homer that you don't even really like. One of those bigoted persons that like they don't even realize that they're racist.
Right.
So it's like one of those things where you don't even realize you're a dumbass homer. So go ahead and live that life.
Yeah, but my personal idea, I wouldn't touch until it actually shows, okay, this is a different offense. And if it's a different offense, cool. Then you can feel more confident in trotting those folks out there. But we need to see something, some signs of life, some targets, some good targets, like catchable targets, and not three yards downfield targets. So
I almost feel like they're gonna try something crazy just to show that it's not a Matt Canada offense. Like I think they're gonna.
And he's gonna throw four. And he's gonna throw.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're gonna start off first play of the game, Pickens 40 yards down the field. They're gonna try to do something crazy to bring back to Pittsburgh that this is what Matt Canada wasn't willing to do, and this is what we're going to try to do. But the rest of it in between is pretty much going to be the same.
Because you know what? No one here cares about that. What they want to see is productive.
We don't care about how, I don't care about the plays you call. If they fucking work, they fucking work. Like, I just don't understand the back and forth where you get a break off a 10, 15-yard gain, and then you follow that up with somebody that comes in and loses 2 yards. So, i.e., Jaylen Warren just fucking exploded for such and such, and then you bring in Najee to fucking bring the offense right back down. It's like there's a comedian that tells a good joke, got the whole crowd laughing, and then, I don't know, somebody makes a comment that, somehow takes the confidence away from that comedian, and then it's right back to a dog crowd. Like,
I have a good analogy.
Okay.
It's like doing a few lines of Coke and then following that up with a Xanax. It's not gonna fucking like you have brought your heart rate down, yeah, but now you're way low. And now it's like, okay.
Right, what was the point? Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
Yeah.
Leave the analogies to me, goddammit. It's like my two things I'm good at. Leave me the fuck alone. All right. Oh yeah. That's all I got there. Yeah, sorry. All right, Cincy, hit it.
Cincy is all predicated on this new Browning quarterback dude. I mean, I don't know. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Higgins is out again.
Yep. Again.
I was about to drop the Irwin dude, but I'm like, I don't even know what the Browning dude can even do. So I dropped Irwin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I thought you did drop him. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what he's gonna do. Like, if Burrow was there, I would be like, Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. I got Irwin because every time Higgins is out, Irwin is a serviceable ball.
There's only one person to trust right now.
Chase. Boyd, if you're desperate.
I wouldn't even touch him. I mean, I'd be worried about Mixon too. It's like, how much is that running game really going to kind of get in?
You know, the Steelers defense always give up those big chunk runs. Like, I remember back in the day, I mean, I want to say back in the 2000s where you couldn't run on the Steelers, period. Like, you'd be lucky if you got 65 yards total as an offense.
Yeah, from
now
scrimmage.
Right. Now it's like they get ran on like crazy now. So, yeah. You can always
you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yard back getting something. So, yeah, Mixon's going
to because he's going to be his security blanket too. So, yeah, no, that's a real good point.
Yeah. Well, Mixon could be serviceable from a probably not a straight lineup and just run it down your throat, but from the Steelers is bringing too much pressure and then you catch him with a screen behind it. That can turn into a
honestly, he's going to get 8 or 9 points just from PPR.
Like, Yep.
So yeah, he's gonna eat a little bit. Yeah, that's a good. I didn't think about that till I had to think about it. So good point.
Yep. All right. That's it.
Yeah. It's kind of. There's been a lot of devastating injuries this year. It's fucking weird. There's another torn Achilles. That's like number 6 on the year. It's like, golly, man.
That from Miami.
Yeah. Fucking sad. All right, so nowhere bowl part 2. Carolina at Tennessee. Oh, Christ almighty.
That sounds like a college game.
Right, yeah.
Is no buys this week, right?
No buys, yeah.
Go ahead.
Like I feel like they should get another buy. Just we just call that a buy. Oh God, do what you want. It doesn't actually matter. If you're at this point in the year, if you're relying on anyone from Carolina, mistakes have been made. Like, Chuba is serviceable, but he's a backup. He's a backup running back that's barely outplaying his, starter. And that's not saying much because the starter is dog shit. We've already been over that whole shenanigan. That's Miles, or more like centimeter Sanders. So,
and then you had Thielen, and now the glass slipper has fell off.
Right, exactly. It's fucking old.
It's finally turned into who she was before she got, all the elves and everybody that helped her. The pumpkin has turned.
He was a drag racer. That's exactly what he was. Not a drag racer. He was a tractor pull. Started strong, then whatever science happened, and it's like, oh wait, no, I'm like 34. I can't do this shit really because I'm not a kicker. Yeah, fair. Let me not do this.
Some of the counterparts that discovered the fountain youth, like Mike Evans and Keenan Allen, still haven't slowed down yet. But they're gonna hit that wall probably.
But they're a tier above. But yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
But you know what? With that being said, they're always banged up too. Like every other week, Mike or Evans has a hammy issue, and then Keenan's always his upper body's made of paper mache.
Those are those players that you gotta fucking read the practice. You gotta hope and pray on the practice report every damn day of the week. Every week. Right. You got to hope that you have to check right before the kickoffs to see if they're active or they're inactive. It's a circus. It's a roller coaster on them.
Their game time decision
report is a roller coaster. Like
they are both a game time decision in the off season.
Yeah, you hit it perfectly. They are a game time decision. Each and every fucking week, it's a game time decision.
Game time decision on the bye week. It's like, what the fuck? Like, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm not. Even if don't touch anyone from this game. It is going to be like a 14-10 final. Not going to be enjoyable.
Tennessee, Only saying his name because I know Kemp started him and he beat me with him and he lit it up. Levis. So I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Hop.
I feel like Carolina's gonna eat him up a little bit, but yeah.
Hop. I wouldn't touch any of those other receivers. You took the Kenny Phillips train last week or something. Found out that wasn't going nowhere.
Oops, doozles.
Derrick Henry ain't even a must start no more. It's like,
nope.
This dude is fucking terrible.
That's why I traded him. He has the Adam Thielen disease. It's called being old and busted.
I don't even know. Because Derrick Henry ain't producing, maybe you could take out a flyer on Tajay Spears. I don't know what his production.
You know what? That's actually the only confident play I would have in that whole process because he gets so much pass play. So yeah, and it's strange because out of everyone, Hop, all the people, I would only feel confident putting in Spears, which is such a weird thing to say.
That is very weird.
But it makes sense though.
Well, Okonkwo, he don't show up. I mean, he was wildly productive last year, but I don't know where he's at this year.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah. So that's them. Move on. Let's go.
Yep. So strangely, I called this the reverse nowhere bowl. Jacksonville with Houston. Who would have thought like a year ago this would have been like, oh shit, this might be a fun game. And
if you would have asked me a year ago or even 2 years ago, I'm going to be able to provide you 50-yard line seats to the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game.
Right.
Or the Houston and Jacksonville game. My dumbass would have picked them Cincinnati Steeler game tickets, and I would have been missing out on what's about to happen with Houston and Jacksonville, which is
that. I just feel like that's going to be fun. You got two young quarterbacks. One is much better than the other. Obviously, CJ Stroud. But I feel like you have an electric running back in ETN. And I'm not just saying that because he's on my team. I traded hard for him for a reason. Now, he has been down the last few weeks. He hasn't really been doing what he's doing, but Houston's defense is paper mache. So that shouldn't really be too much of a thing. Captain Kirk, start him up. You can chase the Ridley points if you want.
Really was popped up out of nowhere. I don't know.
Yeah. That's one of those coin flips.
Has Zay Jones coming back got something to do with Ridley being productive?
Well, Zay is a field stretcher. So maybe that gives Ridley a little bit more underneath kind of, less
open. I mean, for him to just not even be getting more than 5 points and then just all of a sudden pop off for 2 touchdowns. And the last time he popped off like that was when Zay Jones was in the damn game, which was the first week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got the field stretcher that gives you less coverage underneath, and then he gets to do Ridley things. And, I don't know if he was ever really a contested catch guy. I always thought he was more of a yak guy. But
Ridley is, I mean, he runs crisp routes and all of that. He's a route runner, but no, he's not a physical specimen that's going to fucking moss anybody or go up and get it or anything like that. No.
So, I don't know. I mean, if you want to chase it, go ahead. If you want to, look for a long bomb from Zay, do it. I mean, he's more than capable. Ingram, fuck it if you want to. Who knows?
Let's go.
But yeah, let's go talk about the fun team now.
CJ Stroud, monster.
Yeah.
No, I can't believe he just did he really hurt his knee that bad? I don't recall any play
I don't remember him leaving the field.
I
don't even remember him leaving the field. So I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. They never showed any play where he was significantly in pain or anything. So for him to miss 2 straight weeks, something's going on.
Yeah. Not happy about it.
Tank Dell, monster. Nico Collins, monster. I'm probably taking the flyer on Robert Woods.
You sure did. I've fucking seen it.
Schultz, monster.
Yeah.
Fucking, they even raised the level of
Singletary. What the fuck?
Now Singletary is a must start. Like, really? This dude ain't been a must
I
start
want to
since
go
he's
take
been in the league.
I want to go take a shower even hearing that. I feel fucking filthy. Ugh.
So,
But yeah, this is the reverse nowhere bowl. This will actually be a real fun game. I feel it should be back and forth. I'm hoping it's back and
the
forth.
quarterback play is the reverse of what we're seeing in Pittsburgh. Instead of a quarterback coming in and shutting down all your eligibles, you got a quarterback that opens up everybody.
That's
Unbelievable.
Great point. All right, next. This is the last 1 p.m. game. It is New Orleans and Atlanta.
Oh, God.
So here's the problem. I feel like they're going to somehow, some way utilize all three quarterbacks this game. I feel like they're going to. I don't know if they're super comfortable with concussion Carr over there. I know that Jameis is like, hey, want a touchdown real quick? Sure do. Got him. Go ahead. And then you got Taysom Hill doing Taysom Hill things, just being literally the worst kind of person.
I want Jameis because they could. I'm telling you, Jameis is the dude, and I know I said this already, but it just cracks me up because I just really imagine a dude walking into a room and just start shooting everybody. And he didn't even know that person was on his team. He just went into a room and shot everybody, and then they were like, "Hey man, you were supposed to get some evidence out of that dude." And Jameis be like, "Oh, for real? I was supposed to question somebody." He just like, "Oh well." Everybody's dead. Like, I mean, he's just one of those dudes that go into a room and shoot everybody. I would love to see that happen.
That's dark, but okay. But no, like I feel like there's somehow, even if it's not Jameis, I feel like
it's going to be a quarterback, like it's going to be a college 2 quarterback system or something.
Well, they already kind of do that out there in New Orleans anyway. I feel like
the whole what's the name? Taysom
Hill. So even like eliminate Jameis out of the equation, I feel like you're going to see a lot of Taysom Hill this game, and it's going to be one of those things where if you are in a situation where you are in a pinch, which you shouldn't be because there's no fucking bye week, so stop being an idiot, or I wouldn't touch the quarterbacks. Now, the wide receivers, yeah, you can go. Go Olave, go. Oh, golly. Rashid, go him.
What you need? What's the name? Mike Thomas is on IR, so here comes your darling that you just picked up. We'll see what he got.
Yeah, what's AJ Stuck or some shit? What the fuck is his name?
Something Reed, I think. Reed. AJ Reed or some shit.
AT Perry. Sounds like a fucking law firm.
AT Perry. I said Reed. I don't know what the fuck.
Fuck it. But yeah, just do him on the bench, see if you got some juice, because it looked like you got some play. It's not really chasing points. It's more like, well, there is an absence in the wide receiver room, so.
And Mike Thomas went on IR, so that's 4 weeks of fucking.
That's 4 weeks to see what happens. So that hey, it could be something, it could be nothing. I mean, I'm not really investing anything into him, so hey, fine. Obviously, Killer Cam, get him in there. You know what he does.
That motherfucker's gonna get dump off champion of the world.
Yeah, but I feel like this is his last year of being relevant, and he was barely relevant this year. He's relevant by necessity, not by like choice. There's not much else there. So, yeah, but that's it. Not really,
Falcons, desperate Desmond Ritter, London, Jonnu Smith. If you desperate, if you like to ride roller coasters, Bijan Robinson. Even that's not a lock because he got a stupid fucking coach.
Yep.
Tyler Algier in the deep league, and that's it. Can't believe they got rid of the human fucking cheat code, and I still just kills me that Cordell Patterson who used to be fucking all world.
The dumbest non-utilization possible. It's like having, and I'm not saying like I'm not comparing these two, but it's like having Mike Allstott as your fullback and never running like
short. You never run it to him in short yardage.
Right.
Like, what?
It's like, what are you doing? You have a cheat code. It's like, shut up. What? Okay.
We're going to do this triple reverse motherfucking pass instead of running him right up the middle. Yeah. That's what we're going to do.
Yep. It's like when Seattle passed instead of gave it to Lynch. There you go. There's your example.
It's New England, yeah. All right. Let's break into the 4:00 game.
All right. Rams at Arizona. That should be fun. That should be high flying, I would think.
The Cardinals Rams will. They usually do.
Yeah. So Sherman Williams is back. About to paint your wife white. So that's good. Cup's been hurt, but looks like he's going to somehow play because he's not going to miss time with a high ankle sprain because magic and shit. So here's my question. Could you start Tutu this week with an injured Cup?
It just all depends on how much he's playing. I mean, like, Tutu's production is really solely based off of Cup not being there or being there.
Okay. All right. So let's play a game.
Nakua can do anything. He is startable each and every week. But Cup and motherfucking Atwell are correlated. They are totally dependent upon each other.
All right. So what's the snap? So the snap percentage Cup would need to play or not play, I guess, that would allow you to play Tutu.
If Cup plays less than 50% of the snaps, less than 50, Atwell may be serviceable. But if Cup plays anything between, if Cup is even in there half the snaps, Atwell is not a factor.
Because I'm not going to lie, it was one of those injuries where I
didn't even know what was going on with Cup because I don't got him anywhere. So what was his problem? I just seen that
ankle
on the sleeper that it was just like, oh, he's going to play, and I'm like, I didn't ever know he wasn't going to play. I didn't even know he had any problems.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a high or a low ankle sprain, but it was an ankle sprain, and it was looking like they were saying he might play or he might go on IR. I'm like, the fuck? That is two
that's
crazy
two different extremes. Like you might go on IR or you might play. What?
Right.
Either you miss a couple games or you go on IR. That's the typical
thing. That's usually how that goes. It's like you're either going to have a baby or you're going to have an abortion. It's like, the fuck? What? No. So, yeah, kind of tweak the ankle, and I'm actually kind of surprised they're going to trot him out there. It's just like, dude, this is your stud. Like, there's really not much of a reason to, like, I don't know.
I would probably just
pack Arizona, man. It's fucking Arizona.
I would pack him away and lock him away for the future. Because last time I checked, the Rams ain't in playoff contention.
That's kind of where I was going with it too. And it's like, even if you were, it's fucking Arizona. Like they're trying to tank. Like, but regardless, should be a fun game. I'm very interested to see what Sherman Williams can do. For all those that don't know, it's Kyron Williams, but there was some miswording many
Kerwin Williams,
and it just became a thing, and he is Sherman Williams, so that's fun. But yeah, you go talk about Arizona.
Kyler.
It's so nice to hear that, by the way. It makes my heart smile.
Wilson has already been ruled out. Marquise Brown hasn't practiced, so most likely he's going to be ruled out.
He's barely been.
Grabbed the Dortch dude, and I'm probably going to start him.
Greg Dortch.
It's going to be a Dortch, Rondale Moore, and the tight end type of game. What's his name?
McBride.
Pierce? No. Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be that type of game. I don't know. I just continue to see Connor get his touchdown stole from Kyler all the time. So
Yeah. Yeah, that
I
is a
mean, I
part of
just
that.
saw it last week. I said, I'm sitting there, I wasn't really watching that game, but when I seen the previews and you seen Kyler score, it sure as hell was a fake to Connor,
Yep.
damn near at the one, and Kyler running around the end. I'm like, damn, this dude just really takes away the value of fucking James Conner. He just really does.
Yeah, it's the Lamar running back situation in Baltimore thing too. That's the one kind of
Still,
double
Gus
edged
Edwards.
sword of.
Still, Gus Edwards
Yeah, I
still
get
got
it.
those things in. I mean, Gus Edwards gets those things in. I would compare it to the Jalen Hurts tush push thing, where
Okay.
if you're a running back and you don't get it in and you get close, you lost your touchdown because you ain't getting it. It is
Yeah, no,
going
that's
to the
fair.
quarterback.
You have until about the 5 yard line. If you don't do it, then
Yeah,
you're
if you
out.
don't get it in from the five, once it
Fair.
gets past the five, it's all the quarterback, and that's definitely Philly, Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts.
Okay.
So,
Good comp.
um, so it's either like I said, the Dortz, Rondell Moore, and the tight end. If Marquise Brown plays, he still hasn't been productive because I got him in
Right.
another
They're not
league.
on the same page for whatever
Yeah,
reason, which is weird because they're literally best friends, which is the wildest thing to me. It's like y'all are best friends, but you can't fucking throw them the ball.
I didn't
No.
know nothing about them being best friends.
Yeah, they're best friends. Like they're sucking each other's dick and everything. No, I don't know about that. But no, they
Um,
are legitimately best friends. So yeah.
that's it. That's it. That's Arizona.
All right. Let's see here.
Okay. I had to pee, so that's how I transformed to being outside. Because magic. I didn't pee outside, but whatever. Don't worry about it. Don't fucking ask questions.
He said I
Um,
beat outside.
I realized that I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not against peeing outside, but whatever. That's a conversation for on Wednesdays. Anywho, next game, Cleveland and Denver. Um,
Mm,
this is Nowhere Bowl Part 3. Um,
mm.
So I will say this, and we already covered this, I believe, last week. Amari Cooper is game proof. Really is. It's gross.
Quarterback proof, yeah, for sure.
Um, that's it. Jerome Ford, the blooms off that rose. He peaked, and now he's there. I mean, Kareem Hunt, you can play. I mean, he's splitting shares with him, so it's kind of like you don't really know what's going to happen, and it's just an ugly. It's a very Cleveland team, and it makes me happy.
What about Njoku?
What about him?
Would you play him?
No, no, no. He can stay in the kitchen and burn himself again.
Oh, you're just dirty as fuck. That's
I
dirty.
was never I was never big on that dude, ever. Like
I mean, I ain't no big fan of him, but at the same time, I don't hate him or nothing.
I mean, I just never was like impressed with his play. It just seems like you're another tight end that pops every like 5-6 games, and then
Yeah,
everyone runs the waiver wire and
he
picks you up.
he gets all overhyped over like small performances. Like
Right,
what?
and
He
it's
ain't
just
really
like,
good nothing.
and then he goes back to his like 2 or 3 catches for 20 yards, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot this is what you do. It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know why you guys thought he wasn't going to hurt you again, but go ahead,
Yeah.
domestic abuse, have fun.
All right. Denver. It would make me cover the team that I got the most players in.
Sure would.
Um, Russell, desperate. Judy, desperate. Um, Cam Sutton's kind of consistent. Um,
The weirdest thing.
yeah.
He has hurt us both in sequential years, and it's just like
Now
now we don't
you
have any. We don't have a piece of you. Now it's like, oh, I forgot I can play football. It's like you cunt.
He's like, I got out of y'all hands. Now I can play.
Right.
Um, tight end, no tight end out there. Running back, I'm going with Devontae, who serviceable, but he just ain't done enough for me. I just don't feel like he's done enough
Yeah.
this year.
Super disappointing, and I'm super happy I didn't get him because I really wanted him, and I'm very happy I didn't.
Yeah, you would have been upset because
Uh-huh.
you just overhyped him for no reason. I got tired of playing a Jaleel McLaughlin game, so
Yep.
I'm just going to play the dump off to the third running back, Smaji P. Rhyme.
Yeah, you're playing the roulette wheel out there like Baltimore, so I don't know,
Yeah,
but I get it.
I'm like, hey,
Because
I'm just playing
Samaji has
the
caught a bunch of
PPR.
passes.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm trying to play the PPR game, hoping that works. But other than that, that's it. That's it for Denver.
Yeah, not much. Probably I would say the probably most hype game
On
would
paper,
be, Buffalo against Philly.
really, yeah.
So, um, I don't know what's Buffalo's issue. I really don't. I clearly they don't either because they're struggling. So,
Their playoff window is fucking damn near closed.
and just such a winnable division. It's like, what are you doing, man? I don't. But yeah, I mean,
You lose
obviously,
at home to Denver. Like what the?
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't understand that one.
So, I mean, obviously, you can't sit Josh, nor would you in this one. I mean, it's too much upside. I mean, Diggs obviously like there's no way you're sitting him.
No.
I would start. I mean, I don't know if you can start him, but I would definitely look at Tupac Shakir up there.
Call him Tupac.
Yeah.
You do got the same last name too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't hate it. James Cook, I guess. You don't know because
They
it
don't
seems
know.
like Murray is vulturing his. I mean, not only is Josh vulturing the goal lines, so is Latavius. All right,
Buffalo don't know themselves.
And there is no one else I would start.
No, it's Kincaid.
Oh yeah, Kincaid. My bad. Yeah, definitely Kincaid. Yep, my bad.
Solid.
Then there's no one else I would start.
So you just gonna
There's no one else. There's no one else I would start.
You think I'm gonna let you go past without talking about Gabe the Babe? Crazy. He said there was no one else I would start.
I say that, but I'm also starting him, so I'm like,
I know.
okay.
You lying to the fans.
Yep. Yeah, it's we already know what he does or doesn't do or whatever he feels like.
He's your latest abuser that come in your house and ask you, is the dinner fucking cooked? And you got your apron on and you're like, get my fucking slippers.
Yes, dear. Yeah, it's fucked up, man. Because here's the problem. One, we're in a super deep league, so it's really hard. Right, it's really hard to get away from it because what can you justify from the wire or the bench, for that matter, to put in for him? Like at that point, you're just making an emotional, rash decision, and you don't really want to do that. You want to go.
Put it this way: if you drop him, I guarantee you somebody else is going to be his bitch. So he's going to have a bitch for the rest of the season. It's like you like why not be his bitch?
Right, I want to feel special. God damn it! I made dinner all those nights.
Every once in a while, he do bring home gifts for the kids and treat everybody. So he don't come home drunk all the time.
Right. Listen, I make those dinners. Sometimes he lays me down by the fire and fucking cool around a little bit. But it's one of those things where in a normal league, don't fucking start Gabe Davis. In this league, you fucking have it is because he has so much upside, and that's the frustrating part because he could go literally goose you, and the next week go for 80 and 2 tutties.
2.
Easy. And it's like, I don't want to sit him on the 3 or 4 weeks a year that he does that. So I'll fucking take the real minimalistic production and maybe even a few gooses, but and once again, this is a new offensive scheme as well. So it could be different this week. I don't know. I may be doing some mental gymnastics, but we don't know what that is going to really look like yet. So, and I know I made the same argument for the Steelers thing, but they've been inadequate all year. This team has not been, nor has Gabe Davis been. You know, so it's like he's there. He's been a part of it.
The Steelers have been consistently shitty. Like
Right.
the Bills show you weeks where they're Super Bowl contenders, and then they show you weeks where they're the fucking Jets. So they go up and down. So I mean, you would rather take peaks and valleys than the consistency of shit going across the board. So yeah. Eagles. What do
how
I
much time?
say?
How much time do you have?
Yeah. What do I gotta say? You start everybody that you feel is capable. Of course, Jalen Brown, the double stack you got. You start Devontae. No tight end has emerged since Goddard went down. I tried to hit that home run with Albert Ogboom or whatever.
Yeah, I was like, the fuck are you doing?
I was like, maybe they'll start throwing them the pill and I'm gonna hit a home run, but hell no, they're not going to.
No. They can't even say his name. They're like, fuck this.
Swift, Gainwell, if you're desperate, you got to be really desperate.
I wouldn't even like even in this league, I'm like, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either.
He only gets to play when they're up by like 2 or 3 tutties, honestly. They're like, here, go ahead and play with the ball there, young man.
You're a damn fool if you're starting on Julio Jones. So yeah, it's mainly just the 2 eligibles. I mean, it's Smith, Brown.
Damn, those eligibles get you all the points.
Smith, Brown, and Swift and Hurts. That's the Eagles.
Yeah. All right. Last on the 4 o'clock docket is KC against the Raiders. We already kind of touched on this a little bit, so I'll just kind of reinforce it. I'm not touching any wide receivers. I'm going Kelsey. I'm going Mahomes. I'm going, Pacheco. And every time I say his name, I think of Plinko from The Price is Right. But whatever. Plinko. You remember Plinko from the fucking Price is Right?
Did it go up the hill?
Nah, Plinko's a little fucking it's like a little cork board with the little sticks coming out of it.
Like a hockey puck comes down and shit.
Yeah. I just think of his name when I think of Plinko when I think of his name. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
Other than that, don't touch anybody. Don't take a flyer on Justin Watson. He's not going to do what he does. I'm sorry. That's not what he's ever done. Blind squirrel gets a nut.
I definitely had my eyes and my nose perked up like, ooh, Justin Watson, and somebody grabbed him and wasted away. I wouldn't do no shit like that. But.
No. Let that be that grenade someone else jumps on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, here's the thing though: you're gonna get enough points with either just Mahomes or just Kelsey to make up for any other decision that you could maybe stretch out and get a Watson or they just put McCall Hardman on IR because he was super useful. MVS is probably going to get shot out of a cannon. There's nothing, and it's so weird because they're such a good team, but they have nothing to throw to.
Yeah.
But
well, let me cover Vegas. Aiden O'Connell, if you're desperate. Devontae, of course. Jacoby Myers has been wildly unproductive with the Aiden O'Connell dude. Like he
off
don't
the radar.
Yeah, what's the name? Garoppolo found that dude. You're taking a dart throw with the tight end Mayer and Josh Jacobs.
Are you though? Because I feel like he's been relatively successful.
Yeah, you think so?
I mean, I still wouldn't.
Those points, but
yeah, but
that's it.
All right,
That's
8
it.
p.m. Baltimore at Chargers.
Hmm.
So this is a little bit more interesting than I would like it to be because I lost Mark Andrews. Fine, fair enough, and I picked up Bateman because in my head they have to go places. They have to throw it. That's just what they're going to have to do against this team. I know he's more the deep ball threat, kind of like Zay out there, which obviously you're going to start him. Beckham, I don't know how bad he's hurt, but he's irrelevant to me. Blind squirrel gets a nut, whatever. Relive your glory days. Have fun.
I think
I
I
think it's
drafted him and I never played him.
yeah. Well, I think now what it's become here too in the backfield. Now it's the Mitchell and the and Gus. Justice Hill was inconsequential, and whoever else whatever the other one was too, I forget. But I mean, that's kind of proving the point right there. It's like, what's your name? Nobody knows. Cool. We keep it moving.
Bateman,
But
Zay Flowers. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Chargers. What do you got?
You can't not start Herbert. So you play Herbert, play Keenan Allen, who's found a fountain of youth. It's a game time decision. I don't know if another game time decision. Their other receiver, Guyton. I don't know if I'm playing him or not.
I'm glad I dropped off of that little situation because
tight end, play the Everett or the Parham game.
would you though?
Depends. I mean,
Yeah.
if one is not without the other, it's a possibility. But if they're both playing, you don't touch them.
Okay.
Eckler, and that wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen. That is it.
Yeah. All right. Last game, then we can get out of here. So Chicago, this is Monday night. Chicago at Vikings.
Oh, that's in Minnesota.
Yeah. So, unfortunately for you, Foreman is doubtful, so that's basically out this late in the week. I will say this: I don't trust anybody out there. I barely trust Moore. Because Fields is so horrendously inconsistent with his play. Because it's funny because the backup, I can't remember the name. He actually looked at Mooney. He looked at Mooney and he gave Mooney some stuff.
Dude, yeah. And he looked at Mooney and he made Komet a little bit more relevant. Not Fields.
Yeah, it's either run or throw to Moore, and throw poorly to Moore, mind you. So it's just like I would be very surprised to see him be the quarterback next year. To be honest with you, I can't.
Well, the way Chicago's going, they're going to be in the run for the top quarterbacks, and I think they might blow it all up and start over.
I mean, you're not doing anything with this guy. So, all right, Minnesota, go ahead. What do we got?
Josh Dobbs, you start because he has the potential for a rushing touchdown every week.
That just feels good to say, though, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
Taking a chance with KJ Osborne, taking a chance with Brandon Powell, because I mean I don't know. Who knows if Justin Jefferson doesn't play, then I may play Brandon Powell. But if Justin Jefferson is going to play, then I may not play Brandon Powell. Addison is must start. Hawkinson must start. Crapshoot with Madison and
Chandler.
Yeah, crapshoot with them two. That's it. That is it.
Yeah.
That's all I can recall. Yep.
I mean, the Vikings actually will probably win the game because Kirk Cousins ain't throwing the ball at night. So,
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that's about it. So, nice, easy, quick show. Well, quick-ish show. Yeah, I was gonna say quick. I was like, nah, $1.20. That's not fucking quick.
Yeah, we what 10 minutes? Wow, shaved off 10 minutes.
Yeah, getting so good at this.
Yeah,
but so good luck, everyone. Enjoy. Make sure to tip your waiters, and that's about all I got.
He said, "Tip your waiters." All right. Well, see what happens. See you on Tuesday to recap and go over week 13.
Yeah. Exciting. Okay, bye. Tip your waiters. Toodles.
Peace.
Bye.